Good afternoon to the listening audience and all of the students and their parents and the teachers and the principals, everyone that has taken time out to listen to what's going on at the Urban League of Northwest Indiana. We have been giving out money, scholarship checks, all morning to deserving students from Lake, Porter, and LaPorte counties. Some of them have received $500 here, $1,000 there, another $1,500 there. So much money has been going on in this place, I had to call security so that we could walk some of these students to their car because they just have so much money. But we're grateful, we're so grateful that they have persevered because last year was a challenging year for many. The COVID pandemic hit us and everything shut down. So those students had to persevere. They had to pivot. They had to turn on a dime to finish their schoolwork and then apply for these scholarships. And they had to upload their SAT scores, their SAT scores. They had to upload letters of recommendations. They had to put up the laptop in the bedroom or the bathroom or the kitchen, wherever they could do. Then they had to write an essay and tell why they wanted to apply for that particular scholarship. So I'm just happy today about the students. But the Urban League decided to give a returning adult student scholarship. Now check this out. Some of us wait later in life to attend school. I'm raising my hand, I was one, because I was grown at 17 and I didn't want to go to college. And I didn't, so I took the scenic route. You know what the scenic route is. So I was 26 years old with 2 babies before I started college. I didn't earn my associate's degree until I was 30. But I'm not going to tell you all about me, but I'm going to tell you why we're offering a returning adult student, because I was struggling when I was an adult with those children because I didn't go to school right after high school. I made the dean's list. Now don't count me down short. I made it. But I know how important it is to offer scholarships to adults who are returning to school because it's a little harder for us. The brain just doesn't click like it would when we're 17 and 18 and 19. So when we're older, we need a little help. So the Urban League decided to offer $1,000 to returning adult students, and we had one returning adult student that applied. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? So I'm putting it out in the atmosphere that we have $9,000 left because we had $10,000 set aside and we were going to give $1,000 to 10 returning adult students. So the one we're going to bring up now is a colleague of mine, a friend of mine. We go way back, and I am so proud of her to take that step because as an adult, sometimes we get a little nervous about returning to school, but we have wrapped our arms around Irma. I called on the phone. I said, "Get over here. We got $1,000 for you." So without further ado, I'm going to bring Irma up so she can tell us a little bit about her and what she's doing.
This was a surprise. Like she said, I struggled. I did go off to college, but I did struggle a little bit and had some family circumstances that I did not finish. And so 31 years later, I decided to go back and I went to Calumet College and I got my bachelor's degree. And so in the midst of the pandemic, I finished. Sadly to say, I did not get to walk across the stage, but I did by the cap and gown. I graduated with honors. I got 2 awards by me being the oldest in the class. I did get a leadership award, but I just thank God, that I came through and I came out. And so me jumping the bandwagon, I'm like, okay, it's time to get my master's. I'm like, okay, am I jumping out there too soon or not? And then I was like, okay, well, my husband said, well, this time you have to go figure out that financial part. We paid for Calumet. So I said, you know what, it might be some scholarships out there for us old folks. So, I reached out to Dr. McLeod, and then I reached out to some other people. Lo and behold, there was one for an adult. And so I applied, and the rest is history. And I really, really am grateful that I did receive this. And so I just don't know what else to say. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it so
Honey,
much.
she's going to make me cry too.
I know. 31 years later.
Yes, you did good.
God.
Good job. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep going.
I am.
That's what I did. I got the doctor, the bachelor's, and then I said, well, I think some screws have turned and it's getting better. Went on and got the master's. And then I earned my doctorate in 2013.
Beautiful.
So keep going. Keep going. We got your back.
Thank you.
Okay,
I
you're
appreciate
welcome.
it. All right, thank you.
Ooh, isn't that something?
That was amazing.
That's amazing to give money to not only students, high school graduating students, but also to give back to adults. And as I said, we still have some money left for other returning adult students. So if you know them, I think you need to call the Urban League, 887-9621. Without further ado, I'm going to bring Dr. Beverly Lewis up. She's going to introduce one of our other scholarship presentations. But before she comes, let me introduce another good close friend of mine, and that is Mrs. Aquanetta Thomas from the National Hookup of Black Women. Come on up, Mrs. Thomas. She's going to give us some history about the National Hookup of Black Women and tell us what this scholarship is all about. Come on, Ms. Thomas.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I am so grateful. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I am truly, can you hear me? Okay, I can take it off?
Yes.
Thanks, because I'm a low talker.
Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I am Mrs. Aquanetta Thomas. I am also a member on the scholarship, scholarship committee for National Hookup of Black Women. It's probably an organization that few have not heard of, but it's been around since 1974. Our Indiana chapter has been around since 206, I'm sorry. However, by the way, and our president of our national hookup is Sonda Vesquez. But our founder is Mrs. Laura Wynn Smith. Okay, we know, remember her. But anyway, the organization is one that does a lot of things that's similar to Urban League. However, we are we're diverse, and also we do scholarships. Just think about the word ACE, A-C-E, arts, culture, and education. And that's what Miss Najee did. She aced the scholarship.
Aced it.
She aced it, yes. And then we also deal with the human aspect of it, and also health and wellness. But again, I was listening to Dr. Alan McLeod saying that she got all this money and nobody's applying for these scholarships. Well, I understand. I tell the children all the time in my church and the organizations and all that it's free, F-R-E-E. All you have to do is do the paperwork. And money is out there, and for some reason our kids don't follow up like they're supposed to. But I tell you, I just want to push and donate and get these kids some money because it's available. I met Dr. Allen by happenstance at Indiana University, and we just started a conversation, and I thought, I had moved out of the city. When I came back, I wanted to do something to give back to the community. And so she says, come to the Urban League. And I get to, yeah, it was a hookup, I'm telling you. And I get to the Urban League, and all I want to do, I tell her, I don't want your job, I don't want Miss Stella's job, I didn't want nobody's job, I can just answer the phone. Of course, she looks at my resume, she says, you can do more than answer the phone. You are administrative, so I thank you for that. And she and I just became fast friends, and what a wonderful person to be a friend with, to have someone to help lead you, guide you, and to just be who she is. And so without any further ado, before I do that, I want to introduce my associate, Miss Tara Nelson.
Come on up, Tara.
Come on up, Tara. She's also
I wasn't dressed for this.
but that's all right. That's all right. Tara is also a member of National Hookup. She also is on the scholarship committee. And we work very closely together and very good together. And so the scholarships that she has, she usually uses the kids out of the high school, she gets them. And the ones that I get, I'm the liaison for Urban League. So all together, we work together. So Tara's she's a great person, and she does what she is. And I thank God for it, because those things that I can't do, or I'm slowful at doing them, she's always there to lend Mama A hand. So without, again, any further ado, this gives me great pleasure. And I got it this time, baby. Naja Ray. And her last name,
You can say it for you.
pronounce your last name.
Onomapone.
She's gonna sit on.
Onomapone.
Onomapone. Okay. Yeah, everybody was trying to pronounce it. But the National Hookup of Black Women Certificate of Scholarship, this acknowledges that
Najure. Onomapone.
thank you, has been recognized for outstanding achievement, and Sandra Vasquez is president of National Hookup Northwest Indiana Chapter, and Aquanetta Thomas is committee liaison for Urban League. Okay? And so we get that.
Ooh, look at that. Beautiful.
And you get Raymond there.
Thank you.
And that's I think the money is in there.
That's the money.
Yes.
That's the money is there.
The money is there.
Okay.
We're gonna come up and take pictures. We thank Mrs. Thomas so much.
Thank you.
Now this one has received a lot of scholarships.
She needs some breaks.
Yes, yes.
You can go ahead. I'm gonna do one more. Okay.
Wonderful. Now we're gonna bring her parents up. They shared this morning, but Ms. Thomas, I want you to hear some things that, especially her mom, has to say. So I want both her mom and dad to come up. And Naja Ray, she knows what to do now. So just have a seat, Ms. Thomas. Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
She's gonna tell us some things about her.
Hello everyone, my name is Naja Ray. I'm graduating from Hubbard High School, and this fall I will be attending Emory University as a biology major on the track for pre-med, in hopes of becoming a cardiovascular surgeon, in hopes of working with Doctors Without Borders.
Woohoo! Wonderful. We want her mom to share, Mrs. Thomas, so that you will really hear some things about Naja Ray. Go ahead, Mom.
Thank you so much. I'm Naomi Smith, here with my husband, Christopher Smith, and I did share a very lengthy story about Naja Ray. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much just for your kindness and your generosity, and for offering this scholarship available to high school seniors, so that way they can fund their education, as well as Urban League of Northwest Indiana, and partnering with them to ensure the success of our children. So I really appreciate that. One of the things that I shared earlier is that when Najee came to me during her sophomore year in high school, she had a plan, and it was a fast track plan. And the plan that she shared with me, as a mother, what tends to happen because of lack of fear and lack of faith, you know, even though I was raised in church, I am a preacher's kid, many of you that know my story. So I grew up and I was raised in church, and so I should know better, right? But unfortunately, I didn't. And so when she came to me, I tried to change her dream. And I tried to change her career path because it didn't coincide with my schedule. It didn't coincide with my path. And so one of the things is that Najee did not give up. And that's one thing I can tell you about my daughter. She doesn't give up. She will continue to go the direction. And some parents call it rebellious. I don't call it rebellion. I call it reminding me that I need to continue to allow my children to go after their dreams, to chase their dreams, right? Yeah. To chase their success, and reminding me as a parent that I must have lost my path along the way. And so, long story short, she started this path as a sophomore. She went into the health science program with the Porter County Career Center while still enrolled at Hobart High School to earn her CNA license. So that way she could be able to work while she was in college, not to fund her education. That wasn't her intent focus. Her intent focus was to be able to set up a career path. That way, when she finished school, she would be able to have a solid career in the direction of going into the medical field. And she has done that. She has done that. Yeah. The place that she earned her the place that she completed her clinicals at, they hired her. And she is a CNA in the state of Indiana. Wow. And the school that she's going to in Arizona, she's applying to actually get the license in Georgia. Not Arizona. I want to go to Arizona. Georgia. I don't know what's in Arizona. It does not get out of my spirit. It must be a spot in Arizona. Must be. But to Georgia. And so she's in the process of doing that. And so, again, that is the story that I shared earlier about how her aspirations, her dreams, her not giving up, her being persistent, her being annoying. You could say all the words. No matter what, she did not give up. And because she didn't give up, she reminded me that I need to build my faith up and begin to continue to change that fear into courage. And all the support that we needed to help her on this journey, the Lord did provide. And so thank you. And thank you for giving me an opportunity to share that again.
Yeah. Don't move. I want Mrs. Thomas to come on up. Let's give her a round of applause. I want you all to take a picture. All of you all. Mrs. Thomas has to take these pictures back so she can show. We'll send it to you. Okay. We'll make sure you get it.
If you could slide to your right a little, everybody slide over. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. All right.
Step into the phone.
Make sure I got the right shot. Oh, yeah.
Can you see, Tara?
Look this way. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, I got it on mine. Okay.
Dr. Allen, you want to get in that picture too?
You got it?
Oh, I'm sorry. One more. Sorry. Uh-oh. All right. And we're good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bless you.
You're welcome. No problem.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. Najee, I did it first, right, the first time. She can't go too far because she's about to receive another scholarship. That just goes to show you that she was working hard, even through COVID and whatever else she was working. Did you hear the story about what all she was doing? Well, because of her persistence and her perseverance and the prayers, and should I say, the boldness of being focused on where she wanted to go, she's about to receive another scholarship. Did you call the security to come help her to the car? I'm going to call up my friend, Mrs. Lorna Davison, to come up and present. And you know what? The name of her scholarship, I can't wait for her to come up and just talk about this scholarship. Dare to be different. Come on up, Lorna. It's the Dare to be different. And what a fitting scholarship to be presented to a wonderful girl. Come on up, Morrow.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vanessa Allen McLeod. Good afternoon to everyone that's here and everyone that's watching. I cannot begin any story that's attached to me without thanking God. That's right. To God be the glory for all that He has done, especially this past year that we've been through. I'm Lorna Colette Moore Davison, got a lot of names. I was just recently married. And I am the owner of Miss Elise Especially For You, which is a ladies' apparel, accessories, and gift boutique. We were located in Highland, Indiana for 13 years. And I want to thank everybody for your support, for your prayers, because we couldn't have done that accomplishment without you. Last year, due to the challenges that some of us faced, we made a decision to close the doors in Highland, and we are now online. And I always say worldwide. Yes. We went from Northwest Indiana and the Chicagoland suburbs to being able to service ladies, women from all over the world. Our online website launched in December, and it's www.shopmisselise.com.
Okay.
If you want to check it out, there's some awesome, talented, gifted women that can create and make just about anything in all sizes for you. Well, one day, about 7 years ago, I was sitting in the boutique and I was looking out the window, and my heart was grieved at the time. This was like around 2014, 2015. There was a lot of not good activity going on in our communities, and especially with our young men. And I was just saying, wow, you know, what can I do? What can we do? How, you know, just trying to think about, you know, how we can make a difference in the lives of the youth in our community. Now, mind you, my background is in fashion. So, you know, I'm immediately thinking about, well, you know, I service and assist women with clothing. How can I make a difference that way? And again, the Spirit just came through me and said, college, education, scholarships. And I'm like, yes, I'm a firm believer in a great education. I'm a graduate of Indiana University in Bloomington. I said, yeah. And so the wheels got to turning, and I'm like, well, how can I raise money for scholarships? And just the obvious thing, do a fashion show. Why not? Yeah. You know, do a fashion show and get everybody out in the community, give them an opportunity to dress up and feel good and come out and celebrate the youth in our community. So that's what we did starting back in 2015. We called it Dare to Be Different, Fashion with a Purpose. And for the past 7 years, we've been blessed to give out 2 scholarships to deserving young women and young men in the Lake County, Indiana communities. And it has all been supported through people like you and me who want to make a difference, a positive difference, daring to be different. You know, our clothing in our boutique was known as different and unique and that type of thing. So that's pretty much where the name came from. And when I talk about Dare to Be Different, I want the youth to always know that it's in a positive way. You know, stand out in a positive way. go for your dreams, no matter what, what may face you or what may come out. And sometimes you may feel a little different, and you may feel a little awkward, and you may feel like you don't fit in and that type of thing, but you just continue on and work towards your dreams. And that's where Dare to Be Different stepped in. I want to thank this lady here, Dr. Vanessa. I think she's been I was sitting there thinking, I think Vanessa has been with us since we started. She supported the fashion shows and the dinners that we did at the Dynasty and different places. And then one time I saw that the Urban League supported with getting information out about the scholarship. So I, went to her, and she was like, arms wide open. Absolutely, put your information on the website, and we'll support you, and go forth that type of way. So the Urban League has always been in the corner of Miss Elise, especially for you and the Dare to Be Different scholarship organization. And this year just stepped up for us in such an awesome way, because we didn't have the opportunity to see people like we typically do. Last year I kicked myself for it. I was so upset because we didn't do it. We didn't hand out the scholarships. And I saw one of my other friends, and I saw the Urban League, how they went forward with presenting the scholarships. So I'm like, you know what? No matter what, we're going to figure this out, and we're going to continue to support our young people in following their dreams. So I grassrooted it, that's not a word, but I'll make it up. I went to the financial supporters that helped us the past years, call them, text them, hey, Dare to Be Different is happening. They're like, when's this fashion show happening? And I'm like, no fashion show, but the most important thing is we need to support the youth. So we raised funds that way. And can I thank a few people?
Yes,
Dr. Vanessa, I want to thank my husband, first of all, Mr. Davison, Mr. Keenan Davison, my parents, Louis and Eleanor Morrow, who has been such huge supporters of the event, Ishman and Associates, Maxine Brown, Vanessa Dabney, Eva Bruce, Lynn Watkins, Ernie Shelby. I'm going to get in trouble because I'm going to forget somebody. But there was Francine Bergens with Discover You, who has taken Dare to Be Different as her charity organization for her business, with presenting t-shirts that you're going to be receiving pretty soon, and helping us to raise monies behind the scenes for our next 2022, because I'm claiming that every year, 2022 scholarships that we will be presenting. Just so many people. Mary Hagler is our scholarship chairperson. Dr. Jarrell Johnson Shirley is on our board. Lithia Payne and Regina Ragland, all supporting the efforts, and everybody at the boutique. Just love this whole mission and vision of helping our youth to be great leaders, and to follow their dreams as they move forward with their college education. So I put everything in the hands of the Urban League this year. I didn't put it in their hands, they took it.
Sounds right.
And they took it. I went, Vanessa, I called on the phone, I want to do scholarships, and now she's like, okay, we got you, just come on, call Dr. Beverly and just we'll take care of everything for you. And they literally did that. I didn't have to do anything but come up with the funds. And we did just that. So it was a great partnership. And they were so supportive and so friendly and so warm. And I think I called the office too many times. But they always answered my questions with a smile and made me feel special and important and all that. And that means a lot when you're on the outside and you want to have someone supporting your dream. And like I said, I had never put it in the hands of someone else like we did this year, and it turned out just perfect. I am so excited to meet you. I know your mom.
Yeah, I know.
When I found out through my hairstylist who had won the Dare to Be Different scholarship, and to know that her mom had planted seeds in the business, that just touched my heart. So, because Naomi, when I first met her at another event was so kind and so warm. So I'm not surprised your seed is the way that she is. And she came and she worked with me, and we're still working on some things.
I'm gonna give it to the scholarship.
We're still working on some things, but when I found out that her daughter had achieved so much and was on the road to such a great career and opportunity, and Dr. Beverly informed me that you got 2 great winners, you know, because they selected the winners and so forth and so on. And I understand Jarrell Johnson is another winner. He's not here. He's in orientation, you know, where he needs to be, moving on with his college education. But I was so elated to find out that you were the winner, and everyone speaks so well of you. So on behalf of the entire Dare to Be Different Fashion with a Purpose organization, we would like to present you with, is that okay? You ever come up?
You got the floor.
Okay. So happy to meet you, to hear all about you. A $500 scholarship that you can use however you need to be that, is it a doctor? That doctor that we know that you're going to be. And it just makes our heart glad to know that we planted some seeds in that. So just come back and dare to be different and make us proud. And God bless you in all of your endeavors.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Scoot over just a little bit. I want to center you. Okay.
And also, Dr. Vanessa, we had a little extra money left over from our fundraising.
What?
So we just want to give a small love token to the Urban League for your support.
See how that works?
Goodness.
Thank you so much.
Oh, this is
Appreciate it.
great. Come on board,
All that you
dear.
all did. Thank you, Dr. Beverly, for your help.
Dr.
your
Beverly
support.
should be up here. Come on up, Dr. Bev.
As much as she put
As
up with
much
me.
1, 2, 3.
Alright, back there.
Okay.
Okay, we want to get Dr. Bev in this picture.
All right.
Yes.
If you could slide to your right, Dr. Vanessa. All right. There we go. Perfect. Come on in, Dr. Bev. All right. Here we go. 1, 2.
And don't move, because we have the photographer here. Did you get us, Ted? He's going to get another one, but I want the parents to come on up. Come on up, parents.
Yes.
Get in this picture, because this one may be in the Crusader and the other stuff. So come on up.
Post office.
Maybe you can get in here next
Yes,
to your
yes,
daughter.
yes.
Come on in. Next to your daughter.
Are you in, Dr. Beverly?
She's in. She's in.
All right.
You had to put me on blast like this.
Nah, you go over there. I'm like, should we wait?
Hold on, Ted's gonna get on.
All right.
Wonderful.
All right,
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Oh, we're gonna keep rolling. All right. Let me see this picture. You got a picture of all of you? Okay, you good? It is so wonderful to see students who are deserving receive scholarships. Not one scholarship, not 2, but 3. Look how much work it took for her to write the scholarship essays, because you just can't write a generic essay and expect that to go for all 3 or 4 different scholarships. You have to be very focused on what you're writing about, and that's what has been exemplified here. I'm thankful for Mrs. Lorna Davison and the Dare to Be Different scholarship opportunity, and that we were able to open our doors. That's what Urban League does.
Yeah.
We are a collaborative partner. We say, like the church say, whosoever will,
Let them come.
let them come. And we work with everyone. So thank you all donors. Thank you parents for being here, for doing what you're doing. We're going to keep moving right along. I believe Dr. Beverly Lewis is going to come before us and she's going to take us further and further in the scholarship world. And she is. I don't know if I'm taking it further, but okay. Naomi, is that all your scholarships?
Yep.
No, don't need. No, we can't.
We had another one we didn't know about?
She's like, what's that?
Okay. Is that all of hers? 'Cause
We'll take more.
Right.
Just let us
look,
know.
thank you all.
I don't want to be accused of
That's not
So we're going to present the next scholarship. It's the first Midwest, first Midwest Diversity Scholarship. Now, for this particular scholarship, the student needed to have a education plan. So there was a particular challenge that they needed to overcome. We don't say what the challenge was. And we had a number of students who applied, but we only had one student who actually completed and excelled at this process. This student has lots of achievements and accomplishments in spite of the difficulties that she has faced. She has participated in multiple activities during the course of her 4 years at Michigan City High School. Correct? Okay, she's looking back and I'm like, okay, did I get it wrong?
I was like, oh, they're talking about me.
Yes, you, Miss Rachel. Yes. So Miss Rachel has been dealing with challenges such as ADHD and hearing loss from even early on. And many of us who don't have to deal with any physical challenges or sometimes even challenges that you can't see. Sometimes people have challenges and you can't look at them and tell that they're having those challenges, but they're still having them. They're still having difficulty accessing the things that we take for granted, that we can hear, that they can see at the fullest capacity, and so in her essay she talked about having to ask people to repeat things multiple times because she doesn't hear them the first time. And so a lot of times, you know, when we have all of our faculties and we have everything in place and we don't have to ask for special accommodations, we don't know how challenging it can be for a student to deal with that continuously and consistently. And oftentimes there are things that are not in place in our places of educational institutions, in higher education, at the grocery store, at the bank, to be able to accommodate all of those things that people deal with that you can't necessarily see. And so oftentimes we assume that what we see in the package is like everybody else, and it's not. And so this particular scholarship, First Midwest Bank Diversity Scholarship, focused on the student who had to overcome additional challenges, because we all have challenges. I'm not diminishing anybody's challenges, but additional challenges in order to be able to graduate high school. And so Miss Rachel, I won't tell all of her story, I'll leave some for her, but we're going to ask Miss Rachel to come forward today. She was going to be awarded a scholarship from First Midwest Bank.
Yes.
In the amount of $1,000. You're welcome. And so tell us what college you're going to and what you plan to major in.
So it was kind of hard to decide, but I decided to go to Valparaiso University because they're Lutheran and I was baptized Lutheran. And I'm going to be majoring in health science and that will be like 3 years, and then I'll have to do summer school as well. Then after that, I'll finally be able to go into occupational therapy. Valpo's coming out with a program in 2022 where I'd be able to get my bachelor's and then skip the master's and go straight into doctorate. So that's another reason why I chose Valpo, because it would be easier to start there rather than to start somewhere else like PNW, where I might not be guaranteed a seat automatically in their doctorate program.
Congratulations.
And your student ministry. Oh yeah. And
we're gonna bring you out, mother. So now you've seen the process, so you knew you were coming. So we invite you to come up and share with Miss Rachel.
embarrassing. I think going through this process with Rachel and knowing since she was born that something was different. And then finding out when, at a very young age, that she had a severely moderate hearing loss in one ear and then has somewhat of a hearing loss in the other. It's been very challenging. And her father and I really strive to be advocates for her. And we've always turned to our faith in guiding us on the right path for her. And when she decided to go to Valpo, we said, we will support you. And whatever means we can do to help you. And I have to say, we are so proud. She has been the one that has taken this all on and applied and followed through and looking for scholarships like this opportunity. Thank you so much.
No, let me just say, when I got the email, I was like, what? And I kept rereading it, and I took a screenshot, sent it to her, and I was like, is this real, or is this like a
She did. She was so excited. And then she told us, she says, Mom, Dad, besides doing this, there's also a program at Valpo that I'm interested in, and it's student ministry. And so she applied, and she was accepted into that as well. So besides her studying and her degree, she's also going to be participating in student ministry, and she's really hoping to share the good news of the Lord with others.
All right.
Yes, come on in, everybody.
This is so special.
Yes.
All right, everybody, if you kindly look this way and smile. 1, 2, 3. Get yours.
Got us, guys. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Stay in touch with us because in October we offer another scholarship for students that's in college. It's the Horizon Bank Scholarship.
Okay.
In October, so just
We will write that down.
Okay.
I'll do that, absolutely.
okay.
Thank you so
You
much.
have a gift somewhere, Mrs. Spencer. See Miss Spencer in the back. You have a gift bag and
Thank you.
cupcake. And, all right.
Thank
Yes,
you so
thank you.
much. Thank you. We will be in touch. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Did you get a card? Keep in touch with us.
We are still
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will send
the story.
All right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
We are still presenting and we're still learning about the opportunities. We're still learning about the opportunities and in some cases the challenges that students had to go through in order to get to this point. So right now we're going to continue our presentations because we have more money to give. And right now I would like to call Miss Gibbons. Come on up, Miss Gibbons. She's going to talk about and share information about her scholarship, and then I'll turn it over to Dr. Beverly Lewis. Thank you. Hi. Come on up. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Oh,
My goodness.
Yes.
Hi, it just so happened my recipient, am I okay, is not here today. She had to go out of town, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the scholarship. And before I do, I also want to thank Dr. Beverly, Dr. McLeod for this opportunity. This is my second year having an opportunity to do this. I was so inspired just listening to the candidate who just recently, or the recipient who had all the scholarship funding, because it reminded me so much of my story. I also started as a CNA, went to the Gary Career Center, and I owe a lot to Gary, Indiana, because I also went to IU. I did my master's program at Purdue. And when I sat and met with Dr. McLeod for the first time, Dr. Beverly, she says to me, well, when you're working on your doctorates? Well, to hear her say that, it just kept going in my head, and I have to let her know, okay, she had me working on it. But in the meantime, I am going to say the Urban League had such an impact on me. I had no idea, and I'm going to say this, and I may be a little embarrassed to say this, and it could be because my parents didn't know, so it wasn't really a push for school. But I didn't know much about the Urban League. So when I saw it, and I always desired to help, always. So when I spoke to my daughter, Courtney Gibbons, and I said to her, listen, I'm struggling. I'm trying to find out who I need to speak to at the different schools concerning giving away a scholarship. She said, Ma, why are you doing all that? Go down and talk to Dr. Beverly. Did you not know that I sat on the board and I was help reviewing for some of the scholarships? I said, okay, get out of here. Since that date forward, I've had the opportunity to work with this organization, and you guys have really taken a lot off of me from the standpoint of knowing what to look for, the guidance that you all have given me as far as making sure you're valuing and you're targeting what you want. And one thing I wanted more than anything is to be a blessing to someone in the city of Gary, Indiana.
Yes.
You know, regardless of where I may go in life, I know exactly where my roots are at. And from the Gary Area Career Center, the Ms. Horns that I came in contact with, all of my instructors, the mentors, I mean, for me now to say that I have been able to be an author from the experience that I got from Gary, Indiana, to me it's just that awesome to say that it's beyond a blessing, and to know that God is able to do any and everything. Yes. I'm just going to say this one thing and then I'm going to walk away, because I can remember when Gary, Indiana had to help me, even assisting me financially, because I was trying to make it in school. And when you have my daughter is now 27, but 27 years ago I was still a young adult myself. So to know I had a plan, and to hear that young lady and her mom say that there was a plan, and to know that sometimes everybody don't know your plan, but to hear her mother say, or either I'm putting it in my own words, she had to catch on to her daughter's vision.
Yes.
So I'm just saying, or I'm just want to say that as I stand here today, I'm thankful that the Urban League gave me the opportunity to be a fulfillment in someone else's vision. So from this day forward, you will always see me here once a year. And I hate that my recipient couldn't be here, but she will be awarded at my event in August. Okay, come on.
So I wanted to say too, because earlier we talked about this, Ms. Gibbons is also offering a scholarship for a returning adult who wants to go into healthcare or the medical field. And we have had no applicants, even though I extended the deadline. So here is someone who is trying to give away money, and I cannot find a returning adult. I'm going to say, Dr. B, what's the age? You said 21 and over or 25 and over?
25 and over.
25 and older who wants to go to school to earn a degree in healthcare or nursing. So she has 2 scholarships. She has one for high school students, and the high school student is from West Side this year, and then she has one for returning adults. So if you're interested, I'm going to do the Dr. McLeod. Please call the Urban League at 219-887-9621. We're here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We are awaiting your call. As for Dr. Beverly, I will assist you in getting the application so that you can get this money.
Yes,
I
agree.
Dr. Bev, come on back up. She's on the roll now. That is so wonderful, and we just want to continue to thank our donors. Thank you so much for just sharing your story and why you're giving back. That's what it's all about. It's all about giving back to students and giving back in a way where they can further their career. So right now I'm going to turn it over to you. I think we have, Jody here from
from the Legacy Foundation. Come on up, Miss Jody. We are presenting the Joseph Trent Morrow Scholarship. Now, I'm going to talk about this scholarship as well, because we have had a most difficult time finding students who are going to attend IU Northwest or IU Bloomington. Come on with me, Jody, this fall. So as I look down through my little application list, they give me directions. My application list, I found a student who has many accomplishments and who had not completed all of her application. And so I called her, and she immediately did everything that I asked her to do. She had already met the requirements. She's going to attend IU Bloomington. I'm not going to give away all of her story, but Ms. Jody is here to present the scholarship.
Hi, I'm Jody from Legacy, and I'm so proud to work as a partner with Urban League. year after year. This organization just does such wonderful things, and it's great to be just a tiny part of your scholarship day. So I'm presenting the Joseph Morrow Scholarship. Joseph Morrow is an Indiana native. He attended Indiana University for his undergraduate and his law school degree, and he's lent his time and his talent to improving the lives of youth around him. And so this year, I'm so proud to announce this $2,500 award. Yes, $2,500. I know, right? To Miss Yasmin Booker.
Wow.
And so please tell us a little bit about yourself, because I wasn't able to look at your application beforehand, so I can't speak too much about it. But I would love to. And this is for you from us as well.
Where you going?
Okay, sorry. I was giving her the spotlight.
Hi, my name is Yasmin Booker, and I will be attending Indiana University Bloomington in the fall. And I'm going to the Kelley School of Business, and my major is finance.
Ooh, wonderful.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you. What high school?
Oh, I go to Morton High School in Hammond, Indiana.
Great. Okay, well, we're gonna come up and take pictures. Is your parent here? Or? Okay, we're gonna have parents come on up here. That is a blessing. $2,500.
I know.
All right. Dr. Vanessa, if you could slide to your right and everybody at here. Yes.
Put mom over here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love her shirt.
All right. Okay.
All right. Here we go. Look right here.
Mom, would you like to say a few words?
I just wanted to acknowledge just how much your participation in programs like this, how much it means to students like her. I don't have any responsibility for how well she's doing. She is a great student in terms of she's motivated. I think she's having the best experience, and she's has such a kind heart, and she works so hard. So it's all on her. So.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I need some more clinics, don't I? This is something else.
Every year.
Yeah, I know. It is always happy to know when students have achieved to the level they have, and even though some of the parents may say, she did it or he did it or whatever, the parents are the first parents. The love comes from the parents. And by her being able to achieve to the level that she did, it makes us all happy, glad. We're excited. And so we say thank you to the mom. Thank you to the single moms. Thank you to the fathers. Thank you to the teachers and the principals, all who helped to make this opportunity a success. We couldn't do it without you. And we're going to continue to give out scholarships throughout the day. I believe we have another scholarship donor here who continues to give. I'm going to call Mr. Buggs up because Mr. Buggs has served with me for many, many, many years. Mr. Buggs and I go all the way back to the Gary Community Schools Corporation when I was there as a supervisor of community and involvement. Mr. Buggs was a mentor and a volunteer at several of the schools with the Gary Community School Corporation. And when I transitioned over here, Mr. Buggs said, where you go, I go. And he's continued to do that. So I'm thankful to have Mr. Buggs here. I'd like him to talk a little bit about his scholarship and to present his scholarship.
Thank you, Dr.
You're welcome.
My name is Robert L. Buggs, and the name of my scholarship is the Joan Buggs Engineering and Construction Trade Scholarship. Chester Jones was a very, very, very good friend of mine. We're from Mississippi, Madison, Mississippi. We went to school, high school there, and I went to junior college and played basketball. So Chester was up here in Indiana. That's why I'm in Gary, because he came here and I followed him, came to visit, and been here ever since. So when Chester passed, I thought the most befitting thing that I could do for him, because he was a person that, a senior citizen that needs some carpentry work done or something, he would just do it to help him out. So I thought the way to honor my friend was to create a scholarship called the Joan Bugs Scholarship. And it is an honor every year when they get this time to give out the scholarship. Initially, it was only one $500 scholarship. But ladies and gentlemen, I read the essays, and it just touches my heart. You can't just do one. You know, you hear people talking about it takes a village to raise a child. When you see the presenters up here, you're looking at the village. These are the people that step up to the plate to help out those students with their hands out that need help. And it's an honor for me, you know. And I sit back and I hear all the students saying what challenges they had. And the two that I have, the first one, Tyler Tinian, lo and behold, his father, I heard him talking about his grandfather. His father's my best friend. He passed recently. We have the same birthday, September 28th. Wow. So I said, this is it, you know. So Tyler hasn't made it here yet. And then the other scholarship, I was just reading through it, only one. I said, oh no, I saw Miss
Leah.
And I read her essay, and it just touched my heart. I mean, there was some other ones that touched my heart also, but this one, by me being raised in the country and familiar with the rural environment, when she was telling about when she wanted to be a scientist and change things, where you used to see birds playing in the trees and singing, now you see those trees being torn down for construction, shall I say. So she said she wanted to change that. She wants to be a scientist. And everything that she said in that essay, yes. So I told Dr. McLeod, look, I gotta add another one. I can't just have one. I want to have three actually, but the other one had several scholarships already, and these didn't have a lot of scholarships. I don't know why, but they have mine. And I am so honored to be a part, to help a student to further their education and to make a difference in this world long after we are gone. So, having said that, I don't know whether she's here. I never met the participant. Well, I met, you know, Tyler, naturally. But Leah, I have not met her. Is she here today?
Is Tyler coming? He's supposed to be. This is Tyler's mom.
No.
The auntie. Okay, the auntie.
Same thing. Yeah, I know her. Yeah.
They may be coming shortly,
Okay.
but we still wanted to make sure that you presented and talked about. So when Tyler gets here, we're going to bring Tyler up. Okay.
Good. Will
And
do.
for photos and all of that. Thank you. Look, thank Mr. Bug. She's sick, I believe. And then we have one more, Dr. Bear. I'm trying to give you another child. We are almost to the end of our scholarship presentation. What a day it has been to provide all of this money to the students. It has just been an outstanding opportunity to not only see the students, but to hear their stories, and then to hear from the parents who helped them or supported them. So we're so glad that it is early afternoon and we are almost at the end. We have a few more scholarships to present, and then we will be closing out. Remember, if there is a 9th grader or a 10th grader that's in school, and you want your child to be a part of a program, call the Urban League. We have college and career readiness going on virtually. It is sponsored by Nipsco. If you have a 11th grader or a 12th grader in school and you want them to do something, we have a program going on called the Nipsco Energy Ambassadors Program. You can call the office at 887-9621 and ask for Miss Black. She will be sure to register you. Now the deadline is coming up soon. The deadline is June 14th, which is Monday. So call us, get that application in, and we'll definitely work with your students. I can't say enough about what the Urban League means to me. My passion that I do every day, 24/7, I'm always talking about Urban League. And I can't say enough about the opportunities that I've been given so that I can give back to the community. And it's in the form of scholarships. So I'd like to bring Dr. Beverly Lewis up. She has been an awesome, awesome leader in this whole process. So let's give her applause.
Thank you, Dr. Vanessa McLeod. We want to acknowledge one of our recipients who is not here. He has received several scholarships today. He is at orientation. His name is Jarrell Johnson. He attends Calumet, well, he graduated from Calumet New Tech High School in Gary, Indiana. He is the recipient of the Diane Lewis Davis Educational Scholarship, the Gary Frontiers Service Club Scholarship, and the Dare to Be Different Fashion with a Purpose Scholarship. And all of those scholarships amount were $500, so he's received $1,500 in scholarship today, even though he was not here. I also want to say, before we bring back Mr. Buggs and his recipient, is that if you want to establish a scholarship, it's so very simple. All you need to do is bring us a check. You can bring us a check in the amount of $5, $10, $15, or $20,000. You can be like Hard Rock and bring us a $30,000 check. We don't turn away any money here at the Urban League. And so all you do is call 219-887-9621, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We will be happy to assist you if you want to name that scholarship in honor of someone who is deceased, in honor of someone's legacy, in honor of someone who's living, in honor of, you know, you want to give back to the community. We have no problem. We will help you set up the application process. We will include you on our application portal when it opens. We have had an increase in scholarships this year for 2021, even though COVID happened. So I want to thank all of those new donors that participated this year. And even like Mr. Buggs, his original scholarship was 1 and he increased it to 2, and so did Miss Lorna. And so we are open, same way with Miss Gibbons. So we are encouraging you, because people still want to go to school, people still want to get an education. This gives them a way to do that, and it gives them faith in themselves and in their community so that they can give back. So I encourage you, if you want to establish a scholarship, 1, bring us the check to the Urban League of Northwest Indiana. 2, call the Urban League of Northwest Indiana. 3, we'll put you on the application portal. And 4, we will find you somebody to give your money away to. All righty. Last but not least, we're going to bring Mr. Buggs back. His recipient is here, and we're going to allow him to present his awardee with his scholarship.
Come on up. Yes. Great. Glad to see you. Okay.
This is Mr. Tyler Tinian. I get it right. We had a problem like that when his grandfather and I used to work together. But this is like presenting a scholarship to a part of mine, because his grandfather and I was just like that. And this is indeed an honor. Hear me, Al? This is indeed an honor. When I was reading his essay, as I said previously, and he was talking about he wanted to be with his grandfather. And I looked, I said, is that the same one? Yeah, it gotta be. Yeah, that's my guy, you know. So I didn't have to read any further. So this is an honor and indeed a pleasure to present to you the Joan Buggs Scholarship for $500. My man. Thank you.
Now tell us a little bit about yourself, Tyler. What school you graduated from? What are you doing? What are you gonna do with $500?
My name is Tyler Tinian. I graduated from Crown Point High School, and as of right now, I'm committed to Clark, Atlanta.
Woohoo! Teaching believe at HBCU.
Yeah. That's my goal, to go down there and succeed. I want to get in.
I tried to talk to him about that last
Buggs
night.
for definitely helped me get this scholarship, knowing my grandfather and everything. I want to go down to school.
His dad is here. We're gonna bring him up.
Let me see, what am I doing about?
Tell us.
I'm about God and family.
All right.
Now his father is here. I'd like his father to come on up, and Auntie TT, come on up.
Yeah.
His grandmother, come on, come on up here. It's such an honor to have parents and grandparents and the support system. That's what it's all about. It's about the village that help. So I would like each of them to come up and come on over there. Good to see you. Thank you.
See you.
So.
I just facilitate.
Look, they're calling you, Leah.
Come on up here.
That's right.
I don't take it.
He's always been stubborn.
This one I go back to years too.
Oh, hi.
Before we get started, I want to say one thing. This young man here beat me in chess when he was about 5 years old. Like that. 5. You remember that?
We'd like his father and grandmother to say a few words, and Auntie, just share some information.
Auntie.
TT, just share a few words. Go right ahead.
Well, I'm Valerie Tenian. I was married to Mr. Bugs's friend, the late Al Tenian. Not Tenian, not Tenian, just Tenian. Everybody has a problem with it. And we've had the pleasure of having Tyler in our home for the last 3 or 4 years, and watching him matriculate into a young man. And we are so very happy about him. We rejoice every day in the fact that he has become such a wonderful, and I'm not even kidding, he's a wonderful, God-fearing young man, and I thank God for that every day.
Thank you.
My name is Ruben, same last name. I'm proud of my boy. He's a good kid. I've been knowing Mr. Buzz my entire life. I don't remember not knowing him. But I do remember that chess game. When
you beat him. Wonderful.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, we've had a full day today giving out money. I believe we have given out $46,500. That is amazing. And guess what? We have more money to give out, especially to the returning adult students. If you are a returning adult student over 25 years of age, please call the office and talk to Miss Dr. Beverly Lewis so that she can assist you with the application. Is there anything else, Dr. Lewis?
I just want to thank you, Dr. Vanessa Allen-Clapp, for giving me this privilege to serve at the Urban League of Northwest Indiana. You have been a wonderful mentor, and boy, does she push you all the way up the mountain. Man.
Are we going to mention the other recipient?
The other recipient was Leah.
Yeah.
Leah, and since she was sick,
she was not feeling well. She wasn't able to make it. Yeah.
We mentioned her earlier. She was sick and wasn't able to attend to receive the other scholarship. And I would say, Mr. Bugs, he wants to make sure all his people are acknowledged.
That's right.
So he's right. And that's right. And watch this. Mr. Bugs has sat at the table, and we were presenting his scholarship. And because the student next to him was so inspiring, Mr. Bugs went out of the chateau, went to his car, got his checkbook, came back in and wrote another check for another student. That's the type of person and that's the heart that Mr. Bugs has. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge all of the staff here. Stella Simpson, our secretaries at the front desk, Deb Black, who is our coordinator of the College and Career Readiness Program that I talked about earlier, Mrs. Elisa Spencer, who is our Neighborhood Resource Specialist /IT/ whatever we need her to do. She put the gift bags together that everyone, all of the students are receiving beautiful gift bags. She went and picked up the cupcakes, anything we need. Mrs. Spencer is doing that. And I also want to recognize our board chair, which is Yolanda Davis. Yolanda, would you come on up? She's been with us all day. Sometimes organizations can't really work with their board chairs or work with their. I have a fantastic board. Yolanda Davis is the board chair. Chancellor Louis Gonzalez is the vice chair. Salita Green is the treasurer. And Chancellor Ken Awama is the chancellor of IUN, and he serves as our board secretary. I want to thank also Mr. Darwin Kenny. He works with Deb Black, who runs our college and career readiness program. So anything you need, if you're looking for rental assistance, if you need your taxes done, if you want your child to have an experience in college and career readiness, if you just need some assistance in anything, call the Urban League office. And I cannot end without giving a loud shout out to my PR marketing person. Need anything in terms of PR or marketing or whatever, she has the hookup. So contact CWIT and you'll see all of her information online. Thank you to her assistant, Amber.